We're taking care of your sleep. Right? Now we're going to take care of something a little deeper, and that's your nervous system. So our next speaker is here to show us how to calm yourself, calm your body, not just at night, but in the middle of pressure, meetings, and deadlines. So as a board-certified functional neurologist, he has spent over a decade helping professionals like executives, leaders, athletes optimize brain performance, recover from cognitive burnout, and protect long-term mental clarity. Personally, I've been following him for many years. I'm a big fan, so I think you'll love this guy. He's the creator of the Brain Rebalance Protocol, a proven system that helps achievers like yourself overcome chronic brain fog, memory lapses, and energy issues. So if you ever walk in a room and forgotten why you're entering the room or why you opened the laptop, the next speaker is going to help you. So can you please join me? Give him a big round of applause for Dr. Tony Tan.
How many of you here want to get a good memory, sharp clarity, and excel in life? Raise your hand if this is you. And how many of you want to stay like that until you are 50, 60, and even 70? Most people expect they lose their edge as 50 years old. But what if I ask you, you lose yours at just 25? Because this is me. And let me take you back to that moment. In my first month in USA, the night was calm. I was just driving on the highway. The wind was really calm, and I can smell the peppermint in the car. And then the music was blasting. But then suddenly, boom! What happened? And I looked left to right, and I only find out on the left side, there's a giant headlamp on my left window. And I find out I got hit by a truck that is the size of a transformer. And I kept turning. Oh, maybe this is the day. But luckily, I walk out, just like how you see me right now, without a single scratch. They sent me to the hospital, and then the doctor went through all the scan. They checked my brain, they checked my blood, and then the doctor said, Tommy, you look fine. There's nothing broken, you look fine, everything looks fine, just go home. And so did I. But soon I realized something is really off. I noticed the light was really bright. I feel like I'm turning, but I'm not. And then when someone talks to me, I hear what they say, but I can't understand what they even mean. And one day, my friend Vanessa hit me really hard with this question. Tommy, why are you keep asking the same questions over and over again? We just answered you 5 seconds ago. And I was like, huh? And at that time, I know that my brain was failing, but no one seems to notice what's going on. And for over 2 years, I see specialists after specialists, and every single one of them told me that you're fine, the test all looks fine, maybe it's just in your head. And I think maybe I'm just imagining it. And I don't know how many days has passed through, my friend Vanessa comes back to me. Hey Tommy, I think you should go see this chiropractor. I heard he don't really check someone's mind, he checks someone's brain. A chiropractor? For real? I don't have much choice left because I tried everything, so I went. And in there, someone's finally see how my brain is functioning rather than how it just looked like on a picture. And what surprisingly is, he found out that my brain only have 10% of the brain function remaining. But more surprisingly is, this 10% is not from the car accident alone. It is already happening for a long time without I even realize it. My brain was degenerating at 25 years old. Here is where my journey began. I discovered a framework of understanding how someone's brain works, and more importantly is how you can change your brain and heal it with no medicine, no surgery, by just activating the ability for it to heal. And then the next question becomes, how do you know if someone's brain is degenerating? Anyone know that? Maybe for the first one, you will think, oh, maybe they look confused, they look agitated, they look grumpy all the time. But these are the late stage signs. The earlier signs are pretty subtle, maybe just brain fog, you're hard to find word, you bump into things when you walk, or you notice your hand is kind of shaking. And here is the fact. Because this sign is really subtle, most people or most doctors would just say, oh, probably it's just stress, it will be fine, it will go away. But it never go away, and it will get worse and worse over time. And after 25 years old, after we leave school, we stopped challenging our brain. Our brain just got lazy. It's just like our muscle. If you don't work out, if you don't use it, it will get smaller and smaller and smaller. By the time you can see you're missing a chunk of brain in the scan, it's often too late because it takes more than 10 years for it to show up. And then I got $1 million question to you. How do you test someone's brain is functioning rather than just how it looks like on the scan? You may think, oh, we got this, the MRI. But this pricey brain scan only shows you a really beautiful picture of how your brain looks like structurally. It shows you the bleeding, shows you any tumor. It didn't show you how well your brain is working right now. So anyone want to know how to test your brain right now together? We're going to do it right now. Disclaimer. If you notice anything unusual, don't panic. It's just a sign your brain asking for help. I'm going to show you the 2 most common neurological tests I do with every single of my patients, even though they don't feel anything or no symptoms at all. So for the first one, it's called a finger tapping test. You're going to raise your right hand up like this. Everyone can do it together. You're going to close and open and do it as quick as you can for 10 seconds. But when you do it every time, don't do it small because this is a way how your brain cheats. They want to find the easy way to do it. So make it as big as you can. And then repeat the same things on the other hand. There's one thing I want you to notice is one side feels slower. Does it feel harder to move, or you feel like, oh, I have to move my face to just move my finger? If this is you, and I know what you're thinking. Are you thinking, oh, is it just because I'm right-handed, so maybe left hand is just slower? And the research showed that it is not. It didn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. And this is one of the gold standard testing cognitive decline and Parkinson's disease. It checks your higher cortical brain, which help you make decisions, help you think, your personality. Imagine if you just can't even move your finger, how well do you think your brain is working? For some people, if you let it just like that, sometimes it would lead to cognitive decline, Parkinson, and different kind of brain degenerative disease. And then the next test we're going to do is a balance test. So I invite everyone to stand up for me. This one is really simple. See if you can stand with one leg for 10 seconds. Try to raise your leg at 90 degrees for 10 seconds. And then try the other leg as well. So I see most of you guys are really good, huh? For those who cannot balance, I want you to pay really close attention. Because a recent study showed that for the people who cannot stand with their leg for more than at least 10 seconds, the risk of dying in the next 10 years is going to increase by 84%, which is almost double. The reasons behind this is this test has a brain area called the cerebellum. So it's really tiny, but it consists 70% of your brain cell in this tiny area. So this is really important. The cerebellum not only help you balance, but help you coordinate your thought, your thinking, your sleeping, your digestion, and also blood flow to your brain. If this part of your brain is not working and you cannot even balance your leg, how well do you think your brain is working right now? Imagine you're making millions of dollars and all the money in the world, but you cannot take care of yourself, you cannot take care about your family, and you cannot enjoy the things you love again. So this sounds really serious, right? But here's the good news. There's something you can do. And this is the things that allowed me to heal my brain degeneration 6 years ago. I have it. You have this ability as well. And this is called the neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity means that your brain has the ability to rewire and heal itself. So, but most people use this power wrong because it is not automatic. It requires you to do specific things to turn it on. And here is my patient, Veronica. Veronica is just in her early 50s. And little did we know that she haven't stepped outside her house for 15 years. Every time she steps out, she feels like she's going to faint, overwhelming, she was sweating and think like she's going to die. And when she come to me, I ask her, what is the one thing you really want to do again? And she like having tear in the corner of her eye, and she just told me, I just want to go get ice cream with my sons again because I can't even stand for 1 minute outside the house. And when I check her brain, half of her brain is not working at all. But in just 2 months, after I rewire and improve her brain function, finally she is so proud and stand in front of our community group and share this. Oh, right now I can go outside for 7 minutes. I know 7 minutes is not much to you guys, but for me, that means a lot to me. And I finally go get ice cream with my son. To Veronica, it didn't just lose her independence, but causing her the most valuable things as a parent, the time with her family and her son. And do you still remember me? 6 years ago, my brain function was just 10% left. But after I healed my brain, I went from an average Hong Kong student to graduate #1 in a doctorate school in the USA. My thinking just becomes so clear. Everything was just so easy to me. And I have so much clarity and energy. And so I decide to push myself further because I know my brain didn't just go back where it used to be, and it go even beyond better. So every day after school, 5 p.m., after I see all of my patients, I drive 2 hours to the airport. And I go learn to fly an airplane and become a pilot before I become even a doctor. Do you still remember at the beginning I asked you all, how many of you want to stay sharp, having clarity until you're 50, 60, and 70? Now you know that's possible, and you know you have to take action. I do that before, Veronica do that, and so do you all. If you notice any sign today, I want you to take action because your brain is your greatest asset. If you take care of it, it will take care of you for life. Thank you.
Somehow I feel like 15 minutes is not enough.